News from the 7 investigators. A local judge accused of making racist and homophobic comments is vacating her position after being removed from her docket more than a year ago.
It's a story the 7 investigators first broke in September of 2024. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is here with what she has learned.
This has been a long process. You'll recall we revealed recordings of Judge Kathleen Ryan making some shocking statements. Judge Ryan has essentially been on paid leave for 15 months and once described herself in those recordings as untouchable. The Judicial Tenure Commission has been investigating this for more than a year, but they did not take action against her. Her lawyers confirming to me late today that she is retiring, and the vacancy for her position has already been posted by the governor's office for potential candidates to apply for an appointment to the bench.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist.
The 7 investigators were the first to reveal the recordings that Oakland County officials say prompted Judge Kathleen Ryan's removal from her docket in August of 2024.
Black. I'm so off at this Black Lives Matter, #Me Too. All this. Oh my God, like, you.
On Wednesday, a judicial vacancy was posted on the State Bar website saying the former Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge was vacating her position on the bench.
The Honorable Kathleen A. Ryan presiding.
Good morning. You may be seated.
Ryan was a probate judge for 13 years until the Oakland County Probate Court administrator filed a complaint against her, alleging Ryan had been harassing him, calling him after hours for years, and making racist and other inappropriate comments.
I've never met anybody that enjoys hurting people and brags about it the way she does, or intimidating people, scaring people.
Hutton says his complaint was not acted on for months, so he then sent the recordings of his calls with Judge Ryan to state and county officials.
I just want to make it right, and I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of fact.
If you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
Judge Ryan has been paid for the last 15 months while she was out of the courthouse, and taxpayers have been footing the bill for visiting judges to handle her docket. Now her lawyers say she is retiring and leaving the bench. Judicial Tenure Commission investigations are not public unless they reach the point of the JTC filing formal charges. Again, that did not happen in this case, so the results of that will not be made public. Now, meanwhile, I did speak with one of Judge Ryan's colleagues, Judge Daniel A. O'Brien. He said Judge Ryan was a good judge, and he expressed frustration that the court was left with visiting judges for so long while the JTC investigated, saying that really left a lot of cases not having continuity. So at least there's some resolution. She's retiring.
At least, and I'm sure a lot of people who have been in front of her are going back in their memories and going, wow.
Did I get a fair shake? Yeah. All right. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome.
So I'm back. So I got to talk about the video you just saw. I had to make a video about this. So as you seen, the judge, and this actually happened in Michigan, where I'm from, born and raised, but this is actually in Oakland County. So this is not in Detroit, because Detroit is Wayne County. Oakland County is the cities like Troy, Bloomfield Hills, Royal Oak, and I think the court is actually in Pontiac. So Oakland County is actually considered the rich county also. But anyway, I'm very familiar with this circuit court. The one time I went to jail, it was in Oakland County. I had on probation in I was on probation in Oakland County. I had lawsuits and everything going in Oakland County, so I know exactly where this court at. Now, luckily, she's not a criminal judge or even a judge who handles civil cases. She's a probate judge. So if you don't know what a probate judge is, they handle estate cases, and like if someone dies and there wasn't a will, they get to kind of decide who gets what, or if there's a dispute over a will, that's what this person oversees. Now, luckily, she's not a criminal judge, because any case where a black person went to jail, there might be an investigation to overturn that. And even civil, if I was a black person and I lost a civil lawsuit, I'd be petitioning, trying to appeal or something, because you obviously didn't get a fair shake. Now, but And it could be cases that she might have heard even in probate court. Because probate court is obviously, you know, a little bit different, but it might have been a weird situation. Let's say that I'm black and let's say my dad died without a will and his and he had a white girlfriend or wife. Well, if it's a wife, it might automatically go to the wife. But it might still be a dispute between the wife and the kid if there wasn't no will. But let's just say he was dating a white woman for a long time or whatever, and he had two wills, one saying that everything go to my son, one say everything go to her. I know this is a crazy situation that I'm just coming up off of the top of my head, but y'all get the point. And then with the probate court, and she was the judge to decide, and I lost to my dad, white girlfriend or woman or whatever, I'd be trying to file an appeal or get it overturned or any situation to where it was a state or fight and I lost and I was black. Oh yeah, I'm definitely suing and I'm definitely trying to get my ruling overturned. For sure. Because you, like I said, you obviously didn't get a fair shake, but thank God she wasn't a criminal judge or even handling lawsuits and stuff like that. Because it could have got real ugly. But this video is mainly made because this is, I'm always somebody, as you might have seen some of my other videos, is that I hate when black people, I hate when we cry racism and all of the time and everything is racism and blaming white people for everything. I'm always on the opposite side of that. I'm always against blaming white people for your problems, and we harm each other more than white people, and black on black violence and single mother households. As y'all know, I always focus on the real problems, not white people. Like some people, you know, the race baiters or the I guess so-called pro-black. So there's two separate groups when it comes to how to fix black people problems. If you ask black people, you have the group over here that I'm in that says to fix the black people, we need to fix each other, need to start having more two-parent households, need to stop killing each other, need to get rid of hood culture. And then it's the other separate side of black people who say it's the white people fault, racism, white people this, it's the man's fault, it's the government fault. It's two separate groups. Now, there is middle ground, of course, because there's some truth in everything. But if you had to choose, like, more people more so lean one way or the other. Because I believe if we fix the stuff that I said over here on the left, the stuff on the right won't matter as much. Or might not even matter at all. So that's just my belief. But then you got the people who on the right who just think racism is everything, but then they always ignore hood culture. Because it's like, okay, we get rid of racism. White people say, oh, we give up. Okay, now what we about to do when kids still being raised by, when boys are still being raised by women, when we still got gangs killing each other, when our culture is still don't snitch and rob this person and do that. Like, how do you think things is going to change, even if racism is gone and we still going to continue to kill each other? But anyway, so I lean on that side, but this is the time where the other side, I have to give it up to you. Like, that's why I made this video. All of the systematic racism, all of that, oh, that don't really exist, and white people holding you down. This is y'all's time to stand up. This is the perfect time to prove that, because the thing is this, like they always say, which is true, you crazy to think that she the only judge that thinks like this. You crazy to think that there's not other judges that are criminal judges maybe, or handling civil lawsuits who not familiar with her. She probably had judges or people that was her friends, because getting to what they said, how the hell she get 15 months of paid leave? Imagine being a racist, and which is crazy, which I'm about to get into in a minute, and then you get 15 months of paid leave. That does lead black people to think that systematic racism do exist, and that racism is still existing. Because why would you reward somebody for being clearly racist? And y'all got tapes and everything because they wasn't going to do nothing, which is crazy. This is why you always got to record everything, which is crazy because you can't deny that smoking gun. So It's just crazy and sad for real. And then she seemed like she the type three. We already know three things about the Karen. You know, she's why the name Karen exists. One, you could tell that she, because like the dude said, you said, and this was crazy that it was a white man that snitched on her. You see, the dude was white. Like, so it wasn't even a black person that said it was the white man. That's how bad she was, that she made him feel uncomfortable. Then she kept saying that he was threatening her. So we already know, for one, I don't know if she married or not, but if she married, that dude got to be going through hell. Like you could tell that she just all around bitch or B word, whatever. I don't know if I could. Well, I didn't already said it. It is what it is. You could just tell that she one of them. You know what? A Karen. The reason why the word came was invented. You could tell she one of them. Two, you could tell that she hates her life. Like for her to be mad, this mad and just like have that much of negative energy, you could tell that she hate her life and she obviously arrogant and a narcissist because she said that I'm untouchable, which is also a problem that a lot of these judges do feel like they untouchable and they can do whatever they want to, and that's a problem. And then three, she obviously suffered from black fatigue that's been going around with the whole Black Lives Matter. And like she said, that black people is lazy and y'all complain too much. And we already know a lot of white people feel this type of way and think this. And that's why I get to my previous videos and how I felt about a lot of other stuff when it comes to, like I said, hood culture and all of that. It's because I already know that that's how other races think and look. And when they always use the excuse that Africans or Jamaicans or other black people, foreign black people come over here and they do better than us, and you know, foreigners do better than us, and we always complaining, and black people don't want you. We already know all of the stereotypes that white people do believe, but then that a lot of black people do enforce and validate them. That's why I always say every time a nigga do some nigga stuff or some dumb stuff, I'm like, all y'all doing is reinforcing the stereotypes. And then how can you get mad? Because like I always say, the whole stereotype thing, everybody stereotypes, the stereotypes will never go away. It's only like I don't understand why black people get mad. Like when if enough people do enough of something, they're gonna get labeled that. And every race got one. Just like white people don't like the whole serial killer, run up in schools and all of that type of stuff that they label for. They got that label. So they can't duck and dodge it, that they don't like. But white people can't deny it when we constantly keep on seeing these mass shootings. And then, but on the flip side, black people can't get mad at the stereotypes when y'all consistently, well, because I'm black, but I'm not a part of what y'all are doing, consistently killing each other, doing stuff like Lil Durk. Like I said, the whole Lil Durk thing, I can't wait to his trial start because it's going to be a couple videos on Lil Durk. This is Life Lessons 101. A millionaire out putting hits on people now. In a way, I understand why Lil Durk did it, but this is a classic case of letting the streets control your mind. That they got a lot of black people caught up, a lot of black people that could have made it out, could have did good or was doing good things. The streets and the hood culture let them overtake that because I get wanting to get revenge for somebody, and you got the whole internet trolling you. I get that it could have built up, but you got to be smart at the same time and say, dog, I got a whole, Lil Durk got about 6 kids. Then you got a whole fiance girl that's bad. Then you a millionaire. Like you putting that, like, so basically you choosing reputation or getting clown over your girl, your kids, and your money. Like that's where Lil Durk looks dumb and proving the point because I can't, like, show me a white person that did it. Name a white famous artist, country singer, rock and roll that put out a hit on somebody and facing life. You can't. So that's getting to my point, like the stereotypes of, and then all the stereotypes about stealing stuff, hurting each other, 60 shootings in Chicago over the weekend. Like we already know, like this is true stuff though. And when it happens all of the time, you can't deny it. Even single mother household can't get mad at that. The statistics show, like, and we all see black women can't keep a man, not getting married, and got a bunch of baby daddies. We like you can't ignore reality and get mad at something that you're doing. Like it's the equivalent of a crackhead getting mad at somebody calling them a crackhead, but every time you see them, they smoking crack. Like, come on now, that's the only thing that I disagree with when it comes to that, with the whole stereotype type thing. They exist for a reason, and if you don't want the stereotype to exist, then don't fit into it. Stop doing it. It's that simple. And black men and start getting married, and black people jump to 75 to 80% of us married, and we not having kids out of wedlock, that stereotype will go away. But y'all still want to keep becoming single mothers. But anyway, back to the video. So yeah, so she's not the only one, and that's the problem, is that it does, like, where there's smoke that there's fire. So this video is big for black people and white people, in the fact that white people, now you have to understand that it's not always black people crying wolf. It's not always black people just crying racism and saying white people this, white people that. Sometimes there is situations, and this video proved it, to where black people do get mistreated and done wrong. And especially in situations like this, where this is systematic racism, because she's a whole judge who don't like black people. Then we got people in power that don't like a certain race. That's where the problems is at. So white people, y'all can't deny that. And this is the time that y'all do have to admit to that. But at the same time, still telling black people is that don't let this video just be like, oh, this is everything, and this is our justification now, and we need to start marching, and all white people are racist, and every single judge, every single police officer. Like, it's not that extreme, but this does go to show that it does exist, and we have to start watching this. And there is a problem because it's messed up. More stuff do need to be done, because this is the problem that I always said, and I'm going to end it with this, the most important point. The government knows that people don't do nothing, and so many of them do get away with stuff. That's why things don't ever get better. In this example, like, she got to retire. She ain't even get fired, just basically stepping down, and she was getting paid all of these months. Like I said before, like, this goes to show that she probably do feel untouchable and feel like, oh, I can do whatever I want to do and I'm good. But that's messed up, though, because on the flip side, it's messed up because now people starting to feel helpless or hopeless and feeling like, okay, I can't do nothing. They, like, these people get away with everything, but we still the ones in control. And it's just, I don't want to get into the conspiracies and all of the World War III and Civil War and all of that type of stuff. I'm not trying to go that deep, because I ain't trying to make this a video go into a whole nother video and be too long. I know everybody got short attention spans. So, but this goes to show that stuff needs to be taken more serious, and people need to start fighting more for it. And this is my biggest problem. We need to start fighting for stuff like this instead of BS, instead of fighting over things that shouldn't be fought for. And I always say that this is the people's biggest problem why stuff don't get done. We make the wrong people rich. We fight for the wrong causes, and then we don't fight for the right causes. That's all everything is about. We don't put our energy and our fight into the right stuff. That's why I always hate when black people cry racism when there's no clear racism. Like, I can't even, I want to say that off the top of my head, because I can't think of, I'm not finna just sit and think about a perfect story, but like, let's say it happened in Texas with the student where the black kid stabbed the white student. I think it's still ongoing. Y'all probably know what it is. People tried to make that into a race case. I don't think that that's a race case, and that's all about racism and crime racism just because a black person stabbed a white person and they took them for murder. When nowhere in the case did, like, this could have happened between two black people or two white people. Like, it's not. We don't like how it was nowhere showing that this was a racially charged. Like, the white kids basically went and picked on him just because he was black. Like how black people trying to make it seem like no, like the whole story showed that the white kid told him to move because they was in their section or in his area or somewhere he shouldn't have been, or he felt like he shouldn't have been, and he told him to move. Not because he was black. Oh, like look, look, there's a black person. Let's go mess with him or tell him to move. Like, and from I didn't research that story deeply. That I nowhere did I hear that happened. So that's just one instance to where, like, where I'll be saying to where we crying wolf too much, and it's overvaluing or it's oversaturating or whatever word you want to use real issues like this, to where there's clear racism and this white person just clearly just didn't like black people because she probably had black fatigue. She tired of black people complaining. But how can you still be taking that to your job, or why do you even care that much? How is it affecting you? And let's say black people is lazy. How is that affecting your job? Do you not get paid or something because black people is lazy? Black Lives Matter. Okay, you get to see the protest. You might not like seeing a protest, just like I don't like seeing KKK or white supremacist protests and all of that on TV. But at the same time, it don't make me that mad and carry that much, energy. And then especially, like I said, she's dumb on top of that to be a judge. The most important thing, because why are you saying this out in the open? But I'm glad that she did, because it goes to show, but again, to my main point of, there's probably other white people and white judges and stuff that feel this way. They just keep it internally. They don't, they want to express it externally. And so that's my thoughts. I had to make a video about this. It's messed up. So, tell me your thoughts. I know some people, if you outside of Michigan, might not have heard about this. So I just wanted to post it and kind of spread the word, because this is the one time when systematic racism do kind of exist. Now, I know people gonna say, well, there's no proof that her racism affected cases. Yeah, but there's no proof that it didn't either. And I'm out.